I could meet people all over Europe who might not speak English, but once they knew about Yakko or Pinky or Raphael or Donatello or Carl Weezer or a bunch of other characters that they've seen on, even with Polish subtitles or German subtitles, if they hear my voice and they grew up with it, they would just go, and it's almost a superpower.
How are you?
I'm very well, Katja.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for visiting with me.
Yeah, where are you now, in Los Angeles or where?
I'm actually on the Central California coast. Are you familiar with California?
A little bit.
I am by the Hearst Castle, which is at Big Sur, California. I have a place on the beach up here, and it's so lovely. It's not as nice as the Costa del Sol, but it's nice. It's so nice to meet you. Is your last name is it Staschewski?
Now the thing is, I'm half Spanish, half German, but the surname is a little bit Polish.
I was going to say, it sounds Polish. I have a lot of Polish friends. I'm from Detroit, Michigan originally, and there is a large Polish community outside of Detroit, and I could eat gułamki and pierogi the rest of my life. I love Polish
But the thing is, if it's Staschewski, if I were Polish, it would be Staszewska. So you'd see that it's German, you know?
Right. Yeah. Well, my last name is Paulsen, which is Danish, but if it's spelled with an O, then it's Swedish or Norwegian. So, I don't know, but it's so nice to meet you.
Thank you very much. So
this is very common. So you speak German, English, and Spanish.
Yeah, my English is a little bit bad just now. A little bit French as well, but my English is not so good just now.
Listen, your English is muy bueno.
Thank you very much. So I wanted to know the first, how are you now?
How am I?
Yeah.
I'm good. Yeah. I'm well. I'm 5 years away from my throat cancer, so I feel very good. I'm so fortunate because I'm healthy, but my job, as you know, my job is to do this. And look what happens to your beautiful face. Everybody just, and that is the best part, is that I am not only able to do my work and live the rest of my life, but I'm able to meet nice people like you from around the world. And we're so fortunate to have this opportunity, because I never know when someone may watch this or hear this and they're going through cancer too. And if it happens to be throat, mouth, neck, and they're able to see me and hear that I can still do my job, then that might help them say, wow, you know what? He can do that. I can get through this. So I'm very grateful that you asked and that you've taken the time to chat with me, because I mainly love making people smile, but it's always nice to be able to help people. And you're giving me that opportunity. So thank you, Katja.
No, thank you. So tell me, I think, I'm not sure, because I saw some videos and read articles. So they spoke about 250 characters, or how many characters did you speak?
Oh my goodness. Well, I haven't counted them. Someone else has done that for me, but I think that that's probably pretty close, because I'm 65 years old. I've been in Hollywood for 43 years, and I've been doing cartoons for 35 of those. Before that, it was regular, TV, music, and all that, movies, theater. But cartoons allow me to be much more creative because I'm not limited by the way I look. I'm sure you know other actors, and especially when you're not a movie star, the actor is limited by how you look, how tall you are. You might need extra makeup, all that other stuff. But with cartoons, I'm limited by my creativity, and which is great because it was great when I was very young. I could play old characters, and now that I'm very old, I can play young characters. Nobody cares about this. And so I think that probably there have been 250 different ones throughout the years. I know I've done, I don't know, 2,500 or so episodes of cartoons. Ninja Turtles or Las Tortugas Ninjas, Kawabunga.
You know that my daughter started karate
Okay,
because of this, of the
is
Ninja
that right?
Turtles.
Oh my gosh.
Now
Does
she has a brown belt.
Oh my gosh, is that right? Wow, because of Ninja Turtles. Fantastic. Well, you make a really good point because is your daughter from Spain?
Yeah, yeah.
I could make the argument, Katja, that there are places in the world where I could go, and some people might not know Brad Pitt. I love Brad Pitt. I'm a big fan. But if you say, Brad Pitt, no? How about Los Tortugas Ninjas? Oh, see. They're so popular. And for 35 years now, I was just signing autographs, Ninja Turtle autographs yesterday, 250 of them to be shipped around the world yesterday. I did Ninja Turtles when I was 31 years old.
Oh gosh.
Rob,
can I ask you a favor? Because I hear some like television or radio. Don't worry. Don't worry. If you put it off, don't worry.
Is that any better?
Yeah.
I didn't even know there was. Okay, good.
No,
thank you.
Don't worry.
So anyway, your point
250 yesterday.
250 autographs just yesterday, and these are people who are. Some of them are my age. Some of them are your age. Some of them are your daughter's age. Cartoons appeal to a huge spectrum of ages. I'm sure, yeah, what's up, Doc? Right? Or like Turtle Power or Yabba Dabba Doo or any of that stuff. Some of those cartoons are 70 years old now, 75 years old. Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, Simpsons, 35 years. Ninja Turtles, 35 years. Animaniacs with Steven Spielberg. I'm doing that again right now for Hulu, which was a show that was successful 25 years ago. And Steven Spielberg said, "Hey, Rob, you want to do this again?" It's amazing. So there have been a lot of characters, but the main thing is it just makes me happy. And I'm so glad to hear that your little girl likes turtles too. That's wonderful.
So tell me, how, of all these characters, who was your favorite one?
Oh, okay. The favorite one is the next one because it means I'm still working. I got to make some money. I got to make some euros. No, I think if I had to choose, it would probably be Yakko from Animaniacs, hello, nurse, or Pinky, Pinky on the brain, Nerf. I get to do a little English guy, and I really like him a lot. He's quite exciting. But those shows, Pinky and the Brain, Animaniacs for Warner Brothers, have really changed my life because I got to sing. I'm a singer longer than anything. And in those shows, I I sing in almost every episode, and I love that. Big orchestra, lots of strings, brass, big band, and it's Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers is responsible for a lot of really great movies, cartoons, music. So to be able to be in that family, and Steven Spielberg, it's
yeah. How is it? He is personally. I heard he's a very nice guy, or
he. Do you know, Katja? When you probably know a lot of famous people from your work. What I have found in my career is that the people who are at the very top, Steven Spielberg, people like that, in any discipline. I like Formula Uno. Lewis Hamilton, Michael Schumacher, good people. Venus Williams, great, really nice lit. Okay, same with Mr. Spielberg. He gives me an example of how to behave if you're lucky enough to be a celebrity at all. That's how you behave. No ego, no arrogance, very kind, very helpful, very complimentary, a really good man. And so it's a great example for a guy like me. I'm not a movie star, but nice people like you and fans around the world pay attention to the work I do. And I am very clear that it is all about the fans. It is all about the kindness of people to watch the things I work on. And when I see how Steven Spielberg moves through his life, how he behaves, he's really just a terrific guy. And of course, so inspirational with his work. And he loves doing all of it: cartoons, movies, animated movies, features, crazy, and just a really nice guy. So this is the sixth show, sixth time I will have worked with Steven. The first thing I worked on with him was E.T., the extraterrestrial, 1982.
E.T.
I know. Oh my God! Is that when you were born?
No, I saw it, but
Yeah, I know.
Home.
Yeah, thank you. 1982. I was 24 years old, or wait, 24. Yeah, something like that. Oh my God. But that I worked. Yeah. So I worked
did you do the ET or what? Or what did you do?
No, I did. I didn't do the critic.
Yeah.
I did other actors that needed different voices. But yeah, he's a really good guy, and you would really enjoy speaking with him. I hope you do someday.
I hope you ask him. Yeah.
Sure.
If he wants, I interview him.
I'll call him up. I'll say, hey, Steve, I want you to
Thanks.
talk to my friend Katja. Sure.
This is
Wait.
I heard
and you know
it.
who else is really nice? Who else is very nice? You'd really like is Mark Hamill, Luke Skywalker. Great guy. One of my best friends in the world.
You call him now. They call them all.
I will. I'll say, hola, my friend Katja, mi amiga Katja. Yeah.
Oh, so, but the thing is, it's not for you. It's more easier because you don't have to, you have the image, no? But for example, the other actors, I suppose it's much harder Hollywood for the normal actors, or not?
Well, yeah, I see what you mean. Some of my friends are very famous, and if they happen to be at a restaurant or we go out together, most of the time, everybody is very respectful. very nice. And the actors are very nice. Nobody has a problem with being recognized. I know it happens to me more now because of things like this, and I've been around so long. I get recognized more often than I used to, but all it does is make people smile. You know, as soon as I start doing this, you know, yeah, see, it's just great. Sometimes actors are known for playing bad guys, or especially in I don't know if you have them telenovela, a soap opera, TV drama. Mm-hmm. Fans, they start to see those bad characters, mean characters, and they believe that's how the actor is in life, and that gets a little bit weird. As long as people are respectful, actors, I think all the ones that I know very well understand that they're very lucky. And if people recognize them, that's just part of the deal, and they're very lucky. But if they have children, and if they're having dinner, or sometimes somebody comes up and they've had too much to drink, that can be difficult.
Yeah, because also they have to, I suppose if you get older and you can't do some roles and so on, no, it's not so easy.
That's also true. In my case, nobody cares how I look. I have white hair. But when I say turtle power or cowabunga, it makes so many people smile. Or if I sing United States, Canada, Mexico, Panama, Haiti, Jamaica, Peru, Republic Dominican, Cuba, Caribbean, Greenland, El Salvador too, it just makes everybody smile. And nobody cares about the way I look, so I can still work. But yeah, and you know what? And especially, Katja, it's most difficult on women. It's very difficult. I have literally heard producers talk about a young actress for a role saying, you know, she's really good, but she's almost 35. And I know so many 60-year-old women, 70-year-old women who are beautiful. Helen Mirren, she's gorgeous. Meryl Streep, right? So it's so hard for women who do on-camera stuff, because if they are known for being an ingenue, you know, a young, beautiful woman, well, you get old. And as you know, sometimes the plastic surgery and the Botox and all that, it can look really bad.
Yeah.
But a lot of women feel compelled to do that so they can still work. And I'm very lucky and very appreciative that nobody cares what I look like. You know, my wife's looked at me for 30 years. She's used to it. So,
my question is, if you,
I'm lucky.
Yeah, if you had to design like what cartoon would you have liked to make to voice?
I would really love. Do you know Futurama? Do you know that one?
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit. That's one. Also, The Simpsons.
Yeah.
They're all my friends. Nancy Cartwright, who is Bart Simpson, and is a good friend. I would have loved to work on that show because the writing is just unbelievable.
They saw that Trump would be president or not?
Oh man!
Yes, before.
Yes, exactly. Well, there's a cartoon. Trump. Oh man! Don't even get me started. That guy. Oh my God! It just makes me crazy. Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
But in my life, I've had so much good fortune and worked on so many really well-known cartoon characters. When I meet people now around the world, I meet fans who are 8 years old and fans who are 70 years old, way older than me. And it's fantastic.
Yeah. So my question is, if you would be a cartoon, how would you do this yourself?
Oh, if I were a cartoon,
Yeah.
Well, I would, if I had a superpower, I would like to be able to fly like Batman. I mean, like Superman. But I'll tell you what, I almost do have a superpower because if I were to be lucky enough to meet your daughter or some of your friends, or someday I hope to get to Spain,
Yeah, sure.
or Germany, or I could meet people all over Europe who might not speak English, but once they knew about Yakko or Pinky or Raphael or Donatello or Carl Weezer or a bunch of other characters that they've seen on, even with Polish subtitles or German subtitles, if they hear my voice and they grew up with it, they would just go, and it's almost a superpower. And it makes me so happy, I can't even tell you.
Yeah. So the cartoons, I think you helped a lot of sick children as well, no?
I'm sorry?
Of this, you helped a lot of sick children, no? Also,
Yes.
with this superpower, no?
Yeah, yes, thank you. Muchas gracias. It is, my son is now 36 and married, healthy, all good. But when I was much younger, as a matter of fact, when Ninja Turtles first became big, I was able to call children all over the world who were in the hospital, and not just me, we all do it. But I'll tell you, Katja, you're a parent. When you see or visit children and their parents in the hospital, oh my God, it's just heartbreaking.
Yeah.
And it made me a better father. It made me more tolerant. If my son spilled Coca-Cola on the couch, on the sofa, because I just had met a little boy or a little girl who weren't going to survive. They were going to die. And those lessons helped me get through my own cancer. You're right. The characters have that superpower. And when you're able to see how children, their parents would send me a video of them talking to Raphael on the phone. Unbelievable. Amazing. Incroyable. Just astonishing. And the parents would, be crying happy tears because their child for 5 minutes was smiling, I am so grateful to be able to do that. And it's not about money, not about ratings, it's not about movie star, it's just about joy and laughter and love. And I know the characters are famous, not me. I don't draw them. I don't write the words. I'm good at my job. I'm a good actor. I've been doing this for a long time. But the characters are what grab people, and they really connect with people in their soul. Often, like I said, I meet people 10 years older than I who love some of the characters I've worked on. So I get to see how really powerful these characters are, and I'm a very lucky man.
Yeah. So my question is, when you have a character, as you get so much touch to it, you know, is there a point that if you read the dialogue that it's not okay, or you don't feel it, like you argue with the screenwriter?
Yes,
You know?
yes, excellent. In fact, when a show becomes successful and you get 4, 5, 6, 10 years, the writers often ask me, or the producers will say, does this sound like Yakko? Does this sound like, hello, Katja? Does that sound like what Yakko would say? Now that we're doing Animaniacs again with Steven Spielberg, the new writers are in their 30s, so they grew up watching the original. Mm-hmm. I'll tell you something that's very sweet. When we first started recording the new episodes, the new version, sometimes these young 30, 35-year-old actors were there watching the recording. And when they would hear their words come out of my mouth, they'd start to cry. It was so, they were like, that's, oh my God, I'm writing for Yakko. I grew up with that. It's very powerful. But they also ask, does this sound like, and I can say, I think let's change this to something else. Because the characters are very precious. And same thing, especially at Disney. If I do characters for Disney that are well known, they're very specific about certain characters. I don't do them, but Winnie the Pooh, Cinderella, Snow White, Mickey Mouse, Goofy, those are 60, 70-year-old characters that are very precious to Disney. So those characters have, the writers are told very specifically certain things that not to, stay away from certain things. And so those are situations where the producers are pretty specific. But yeah, it happens with me too. It's pretty neat.
Yeah, no. So, and there are, speaking about Disney, because they started to do the comments again, racism and so on. Yes. Do you think this is important or not? Because I think you don't do any characters that you did before, no, like Indian people or something, no?
That's correct. In fact, I did years ago when I was first starting. The first steady, regular job was an Indian boy, East Indian, named Haji, from a show when I was little called Johnny Quest. And I was so excited because I got to do Haji, a little Indian boy from, Sim Sim Salabim. Now that was 1984. And even then, times were different. However, in the last 15 years, if I am asked to do a character of color, African character, Indian, Native American, American Indian, Asian, I tell the producers no. There are plenty of actors in Hollywood who can do this, and that is exactly the way it should be. However, if I do a character on Animaniacs, I do a character called Herr Dr. Otto von Scratchensniff. I do that character with a very bad German accent, and I steal it from Peter Sellers, who was one of my heroes in Dr. Strangelove. but I have no problem doing that funny accent like that. And I think that's fair game. If I hear, I love Werner Herzog, Klaus Kinski.
Klaus Kinski, to work with him, I think you would not love him, no?
No. In fact, Klaus Kinski and Werner Herzog.
Yeah, I think.
But I see German actors, or Gerard Depardieu, or British actors who do American dialects. That's different. And it's cartoons. But even in cartoons, if there's an authentic Asian, a different race, I won't do that anymore. And I think that's as it should be. It's too hard to get work, Katja. It's too difficult for people of a different ethnicity to take those roles too. I believe that as the world becomes more sensitive to the different cultures that make up the world, that it makes sense for actors of the appropriate culture to do the job. We have Bollywood. We know how many great movies come out of Indian cinema. They're great Indian.
My thing is, my question is because you sometimes have actors that don't have any accent, no? And they maybe have to stress an accent that they do not have always. So I'm not sure if, where's the line there, no?
Well, there is a line. And I think that's what I'm saying. For me, if it's a cartoon, now if somebody says to me, I want an authentic Icelandic accent, speaking English with Icelandic dialect, I could do that. I would have to listen to it. It would take me a while. I'm pretty sure I could do a pretty good German, a little bit. I could find a way to do that. It would not be perfect, but I could do it like in a cartoon, and it would work, you see? But if it's East Indian, Pakistani, Nigerian, Chinese, Korean, there are too many good actors who are non-white that should do those, and they're in Hollywood. You know what I mean? They don't have to go to Seoul or to Lagos to find a Korean or Nigerian actor. They're in LA. So I think that it's better, even in animation, if you want an authentic actor or an authentic character, to hire that actor to do that character with that accent. If it's a Caucasian actor, character, Dutch, German, American, whatever, it's up to the producer. If they're able to let it slip a little bit for the character, I have no problem with that. Just like if a German actor is hired to do an American dialect, I got no problem with that. But I don't think a German or a Danish or an American actor should be hired to portray a Chinese character. Hire a Chinese actor. That's what I think, because it's too hard to get the work. And it's harder for people of a certain, because there just isn't as much work for Chinese actors or Pakistani actors. So they should get the first shot. I've got plenty.
And there was a social change, I think, no, in the last years, no?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's taken a while. But you know that phrase, we're all in this together? That is so true now, Katja. You and I are chatting almost on the other side of the world in real time. It's 9:30 here. It's what, 6:30 p.m.
6:30, huh? Yeah.
And so all the good things and all the bad things COVID, racial issues, the economy, we're all connected. And I think that knowing that and understanding that we have to accept and encourage each other. We don't want a world, at least I don't want a world where Spain suffers. The United States is very powerful, and the world doesn't want the United States to fail. We might have a lot of people who don't like us, but economically, it's not good for the U.S. to go under. It drags everybody else down. And so I think that knowing that, culturally, we need to really embrace each other and encourage each other. And even with respect to entertainment, performance, acting, writing, I want to hear great Polish artists. I want to hear Dutch music. You know what I mean? I want to hear Spanish playwrights. I remember, oh God, I forgot his name. The gentleman who was for a while, Actor Rob Paulsen, who was the premier in Poland, playwright. I forgot. Anyway,
yeah,
he was a playwright,
mm-hmm.
And so I embrace art and culture around the world because it makes me better. I get better when I learn about my new friend Katja, when I learn that she is of Polish, German, and Spanish cultures, all in one nice woman whom I just met, right? The United States is so big. We don't have Spain, Italy, the Netherlands, Belgium, France, Germany, all right next to each other. So multiculturalism is something that we know of because we have people who come and live here from, in my case, my grandparents were from Macedonia and Denmark. Mm-hmm. But I was born here. My parents were born here. In your country, you can drive 4 or 5 hours and go to 5 different countries. Mm. So we're starting to understand how different the world is. It's not just about the United States, and we need that. We need to see that.
You started because you have internet and so on, or what? Why do you think the Americans start to see? Or
I think that's part of it. I think that when you see, when I was a little boy, people had what we call pen pals. So if I somehow met my friend Katja, who was my age in grade school, and I would write a letter to you in Germany, and then you would send a letter back, and I go, oh my God, I've got my friend Katja, who is my age, and she's learning to speak English, and ich spreche Deutsch. And we learn each other, right? Now, I press a button, boom, you pop up. And if we had the time, you could say, here's how you say good morning in Polish. And I would say, well, here's how I would say, I love Katja in English. And we could, we could really learn in real time. So I think that you're right. The internet has helped a lot. Social media, like everything, there's good and bad. But if it's dealt with appropriately, I believe, if parents keep an eye on their kids, because there are a lot of bad people out there, but if it's handled appropriately, we have this wonderful tool. I can learn about different cultures. I can use that in my work. I can learn to speak with a South African dialect from someone I know down in South Africa, living in Sun City, and learn how to talk like that from down there. But I can also learn the culture, and it might help me to do a better character. And everybody, even if you're not an actor or a journalist, you can learn about the other side of the world.
Yeah, this is one of the reasons we started the channel, because it's like, you know, it started in the lockdown, and you just start to speak with people who, because it's the first time that all the world has the same problems. So, you know, you can change.
We're all in this together. So if out of the bad COVID, in the US, we've had 550,000 people. 500, and it's only been 1 year. It's heartbreaking. But the good news, thanks to you, thanks to Goodnews, thanks to people like you, Katja, are taking a bad thing and finding the silver lining. The good news. Look at that smile. That's what this is about. That's what you have done. And I'm so grateful, because there's so much heartbreak from COVID. People lost everything, their money, everything. Italy almost went bankrupt. Spain has had lots of financial issues over the year. Greece, forget it. The United States, it goes up and down. But here we are talking about the best of humanity, talking about what's good. You are helping. You are helping me to get my little message out to people. And God bless you. That's wonderful. But you know what the best part is? Look at the example that you're giving to your daughter, that you are her mom, her mother is doing something so good. She's talking to some knucklehead in America about joy and kindness and inclusion and cultural diversity and embracing that. It makes me wonder if we had stuff like this before the First World War, the Second World War, other wars. Now, I realize that we still have weapons, but who knows? Maybe when you do things like this and people can understand that everybody loves their children, everybody wants to be healthy, everybody wants clean water, everybody wants to be able to see their grandchildren grow up. Whether you live in Iraq or California or Madrid or Stuttgart or Copenhagen or Beijing. We all have differences, but we all love our children. So what we're doing right now is really important. And you are taking a bad thing and turning it good. So
thank you very much. Rob, my question is also, because you said the cancer was a gift for you. Yes. Why was it like this?
It was a gift because of people like you. And that is true. If I had skin cancer or bladder cancer, or it's all bad. But people who've had cancer. It's not a big deal. It's a big deal for the people who love those people, but it's sadly a lot of people have cancer. But I had cancer in my throat. How I've made my living. And more importantly, millions of people around the world have been made happy by my characters. Buy the characters I do for a living. It makes it cowabunga, turtle power, all that. So when I had cancer, but more importantly, when I was told that I was going to be okay, and now, after cancer, I'm able to do my work again at a high level with Mr. Spielberg in Hollywood. And if somebody had listened to me 20 years ago, before cancer, and now they turn on the TV today and listen to work I've done after cancer, they would say, sounds fine to me. That's the message, because you and I are able to talk, and someone will watch this, Katja, later, and they might have someone they love who has throat cancer. But they can say, holy smoke, Dad, I just heard this guy, I don't know his name, Ron or Bob or something, but Katja was speaking to him, and he had throat cancer. We grew up listening to this guy, but he's okay now. I think you're going to be okay, Dad. I think you should listen to this guy because he got through it, and you're going to be fine. That's why this is important. That's why it was a silver lining, a gift, because as a result of my, or the character's fame, you want to talk to me. And you have given me a great opportunity, a chance to tell my story, and it can help. And it's right back to, we're all in this together. I don't care if you get throat cancer and you live in Bogota, Colombia. If my story can help you, you don't have to speak English. You can learn and say, oh my God, we can figure this. So you're helping me.
Rob, my question is, are you healed, or are you okay now because you have good doctors, you had luck, or also because you never gave up, you are very positive?
I am competitive. I played hockey my whole life, ice hockey. Matter of fact, my hat is Detroit Red Wings hockey team. We have a couple of very good hockey players from Germany. Not so much from Spain yet, but we have very good hockey players.
They're smaller, no?
Right, but we have good Formula One drivers. We have Robert Kubica from Poland, and we have Sergio Perez and Carlos Sainz from Spain, and of course Michael Schumacher. And
you had the basketball, the yes, Spanish one as well, no?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Right, and we have Pablo Casal from, I think he was from Spain or Argentina, I don't know, but lots of Spanish-speaking athletes. But yes, I'm very competitive. Acting, or well, not so much acting, show business is very competitive. Yes, I had world-class doctors, excellent healthcare. I live in LA, great healthcare. But what I also have is a very joyful spirit. The way you see me during our wonderful chat is authentic. I am a very joyful man. I have no reason not to be. My business is happy. I'm in the happy business. And I am cured. It's not remission. I will die someday, but not from throat cancer. Now, the treatment was very tough. The radiation and chemo to my throat.
With a mask, no? As well, no?
With a mask, yeah. In fact, my radiation oncologist, my radiation doctor, Dr. Henry Yampolsky from Russia, from Russia. He said to me, Mr. Paulsen, I feel certain we can cure you, but sorry, before we do, we almost have to kill you. And I started laughing. I said, oh my God, my doctor sounds like he works in the Kremlin. Mr. Paulsen, you will not die, but we almost have to kill you. So sorry. And I started laughing, Katja. It made me, because it's just, I love a good joke. And he was right. I lost 50 pounds. I can't really taste food the right way anymore. I don't care. I have so much to be grateful for. Mainly because all I have to do with my new friend Katja is say, how you doing, Katja? And you start to smile. And that happens every day. And I get paid to do that. But now, because I'm a bit older and I've gone through throat cancer and I've survived and I'm working and nobody can tell the difference, that's a big story. I'm good. I'm already lucky. But we don't know when my story and your kindness to talk to me will help others.
Hopefully.
You know what I mean? We are going to help people, Katja. And you've allowed me the opportunity to come on your show and help. And it could be people in Spain, in Europe, Iceland, Argentina. We don't know. We're all in this together. And we're all connected. And we have this great technology. So I am so grateful that you allow me to talk to you about it.
I'm grateful too.
It's what we're talking about. Yeah. So we're all in this together. And so how lucky are we that we get to do this? My parents are both gone. They would have been, to see that you and I are talking in Spain and LA in real time right now, or my grandfather from Denmark, he would have thought this was witchcraft. I'm not even, no chords. How does this happen? It just goes through take it for granted, but you see my point.
Yeah.
It's a great time to be able to help people, and you are doing that. You do that every time you do your show, Katja. Every time you seek to find the good news, the joy, the upside of being in this together. Even if we're in COVID times, you are helping people find the good in humanity, and that's really important. You're doing a really good thing.
Yeah, thank you. So my question is also, if cancer was a gift for you, you think COVID is a gift for the humanity?
You know what? It can be. Just like, well, I have to say, in a lot of ways, it is. I did not lose anybody. Well, I take that back. I had a close friend from high school who died. But I didn't lose my brother, my sisters, my wife, my, friends at work. We're all okay, but we all follow the rules. From the beginning, I took what the doctors were saying as the truth. I wore the mask. I stayed away, stayed inside, wiped things down, cleansed my hands every time I would go out. Every time. I have masks and gloves in my car. And I get my shot next week. And when I do, I'm going to still follow the rules. There are a lot of people who believe all this crazy nonsense. Now, that is the downside of social media. We talked about our thank God, former president, who was spreading nonsense. And other people do. But in terms of COVID being a gift, in certain ways, like my cancer, I think it can be. You, my friend, amiga, are one of the reasons, because you chose to look at the good part of COVID. You chose to say, this is a great opportunity. Bon chance, what a great chance this is to do good. We know the bad stuff. We know that people die. We know that people lose their businesses, their money, tourism, all of that. But we have this technology that we're talking about. We can find, how did you get through it? When people were locked down, a lot of them watched what I do. Mm-hmm. A lot of them spent their days with their children watching cartoons that I did. And then it's full circle. Like I said yesterday, I was signing autographs for people around the world who were watching Ninja Turtles for the last year and wanted me to sign something. And they got to watch me do it in real time, so they could see the actor sign, the autograph around the world, and then they're going to get it in the mail. Oh my God. And so you're right. I wouldn't presume to tell someone who lost their husband, wife, grandfather, grandmother, COVID, there's a lot of good. That's different. You and I know that. But still, we're able to help heal the bad stuff by sharing the joyful aspects of communicating. You are doing a wonderful job of speaking to me in my language. You are much better at English than I am.
Not so much.
Oh,
But
no.
my one question I forgot before, because it was so curious. How was it to prepare Spike the dinosaur if he doesn't speak?
Oh my God!
Because I saw him again, and I saw, yes, I saw him, and then he had a lot of differences of So
oh my gosh!
How do you prepare this?
I'm just so thrilled. That's a great question. You know a lot about me. That's a great question, because yes, Spike, I think I did, 10 Land Before Time movies. Did your daughter watch them?
Not now. She watched it a little bit, yes.
Years ago.
Yeah.
Well, pardon me. I remember when I got the job,
You say,
I was looking at the script, and I thought, okay, well, Spike, it was written in the script, Spike eats a tree star and says it's yummy, but there's no speaking. So I would eat, or Spike is sad, Spike is happy, yeah. And I think, and then they pay me American dollars, and then I don't have to say, hey, Spike, are you hungry? Oh, Spike, don't trip. Spike, do you want to play? Spike, are you lost? Are you scared?
No, but what I was funny, really, because I saw a video with the best of Spike. There are videos. And they said, okay. No, there is differences. But I'm really, I think it's a really high professional that they take such a professional voice of artist like you for somebody, for Spike, who may say only So they really, but I think he's really a good character because he's so authentic.
Authentic. Well, and you got it. You nailed it. That's exactly 100% true. Acting is acting, whether it's on stage, on the movies, with your face, or just your voice. The reason Spike or Raphael or Yakko or Pinky or Bugs Bunny or Goofy or Homer are authentic is because they're well acted. They're nicely drawn. People like the look of the character, but they're also written very cleverly, and they're good actors. I'm good at my job. You're good at your job. But your example of Spike and the best of Spike is a great choice, because if it's just one sound, when Spike is happy or sad or excited or lost or scared, those are, en français, nuance, shading, right? There's a difference between being happy and excited. Like happy is, excited is, or all of that. And there's a difference. So if we want Spike to have personality, then even though the sound is, it has to change, right? So thank you, because you see, or you hear that it's different, a little bit different here, a little bit different there, but it makes the character authentic. And if Spike were being done, if I were on camera, dressed with makeup, I would be acting the same way. So acting is acting. And I think it's not just a funny voice. It's one thing to say, what's up, Doc? But if I have to speak as Bugs all day, then I can't do it, because I don't have that character down, But if you ask me questions about Pinky, I could do it all day long, because I've been doing it for 30 years, and I would say things as Pinky that Rob would never say, because I'm thinking from a totally different perspective. My whole visage changes. All of a sudden, my eyes get really big. I start to talk really quickly, and I start to think in a very different way. It's an authentic character. So thank you for noticing the difference.
No. So this is all. Thank you very much.
Oh,
I hope you come to Spain.
It would be my great pleasure.
I come to the seaside.
Well, it would be my pleasure. You could come here to California anytime, my new friend. You are just delightful. Thank you so much.
Thank you. You as well. We stay in touch.
Please do. I would love to speak with you again, and please give my regards to your brown belt daughter.
Thank you very much.
Rafael, las tortugas ninja say, "Cowabunga!" Right?
Thank you very much. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.